Welcome back to PGI, where I am joined with Mr. Mike Daggs, co owner as well as offensive coordinator for the Mexico City Aztecs that just came off a dominating performance over the Indianapolis Ramblers. I mean, 48-24, scoring double digits in all quarters except the third, and holding that high powered offensive Indy to only 24 points. Mike, this has got to be a really, really good day for you right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it was great to get that win in week one, and we haven't gone. Anybody that listened to the broadcast, that Tyler and Brett did, heard that we haven't gone 2-0 in several seasons. So to finally have back-to-back wins, be 2-0 to start the season, I know it means a lot to the guys in the locker room, a lot to myself and Ramos too. So definitely a great day.
Indeed. Now, I noticed that just watching your offense specifically, you geared towards having more of a balanced one. And even just looking at the points, 195 yards rushing and 135 yards passing. So, do you feel that having that balanced offense was one of the keys to your success in this game?
It's definitely, I think, one of the keys to the success that we had in that game, and also throughout last season as well. Our record wasn't necessarily where we wanted it to be, but if you look at our wins and losses, our losses, they were all one-score games. I mean, we were in every single game last season, and that balanced approach, I think, really helps. Statistically speaking, you're not going to see any players on our team that really dominate in any category individually, because we try to spread the ball around to everyone. So, none of our receivers are probably ever going to be the leading receiver in the SFL. We're never going to have the top running back in the SFL, because we split all the carries, we split the receptions, trying to spread it around both in the run and the pass, and then in each of those categories, splitting it up between all of our players as best as we can.
Mm. Thus, trying to make sure everybody is involved, right? I think that's very important, especially when you're paying your money, you want to see yourself on the field, doing your thing. I do have a couple more questions for you, though. Um, do you think that the onside kick changed the momentum of the game that occurred? There was some feedback on that I saw in the chat, so I just wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look in the chat. Myself, Kelly, and Jeffrey were all watching the game on the TV. In our living room, we didn't have the chat up, so I'll have to go back and check that. But yeah, so it's actually kind of a funny story. I had our playbook all done, ready to go, ready to submit, and then at the literal last second, 15 minutes to go until the deadline, I'm trying to do special teams player subs, because I wanted to get our best players in on special teams on the onside formation. And it kept screwing up everything else. Every time I would make those player subs, it screwed up everything else I was trying to do on offense, and it started subbing out other players. So I reset it back to the last good copy that I had, and then just right before I submitted it, I put Jason Bartley in that one spot and said, you know what, that's good enough. Hopefully there is no onside kick. If there is, hopefully he gets involved. Not only does he get it, he takes it to the house. And at that point, my heart rate finally started going down, and I was able to actually relax for a little bit for the rest of the games. I really felt at that point we had the game secured.
Definitely. I figure, everybody ultimately will have to make the best choice for their team to be able to create the best matchup, right? To have the best matchup in that category. So you guys did what you had to do, to help secure that win. Two interceptions by Liam Ryan on defense, John Fowler with a touchdown of his own, and Liam had one defensively. Jordan Sipe coming up with two touchdowns, Honus Odelby to one to Honus Odelby and Noah Tarasis. So I'm sure that they had a lot of positive things to say after that game in the locker room, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody in the locker room was very excited, about the win, and it was great to see Otoby get involved. He's new to our team this season, and it was great to see him have only in our second game that kind of production, and that's it's what we're hoping from him all season long to take some pressure off of Bartley and Terrazas, and obviously our tight ends. We didn't get Bill Henry involved really at all, and even Devontae Richardson, who I had out there for I think the majority of snaps at the tight end position in this game, only had one catch, but always fine tuning and tweaking stuff. So we play Arizona next week. Don't expect to see only one catch by a tight end. I'll just give you that little nugget.
That was going to be my follow up, my last question to you. What do you feel is going to be, or what do you foresee is going to be a challenge with your next opponent with the Arizona Scorpions?
Well, I mean, you guys just shut out Chicago, so scoring I think is probably number one on my priority list.
Yeah.
I've got a sim running just off of camera view here, and we've got some points on the board. So, no, you can't. No, don't stop looking in the reflection. Which way is this? No, 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 no peeking. But yeah, I mean, number one, we got to put points on the board. Chicago wasn't able to do that against you guys, and our offense needs to keep clicking. We need to keep doing what we did well last week, and not just score on offense, but also get the defense involved, special teams involved. I mean, we scored in all three phases of the game, and if you're able to do that consistently, you're gonna win some ball games. So, but yeah, big challenge for us this coming weekend, and looking forward to the game. Oh, you got yourself muted.
Muted. But I am definitely looking forward to our game. But I want to celebrate the win with you tonight. Great effort from Mexico City, an incredible performance, and I really do wish you guys the best of luck in the future, except next week.
Yeah, except next week, of course. We'll be rooting for Arizona the rest of the season too, except next week. Next week we go head to head, but yeah, it was a great victory. Feels good being 2-0. Looking forward to being 3-0.
Yeah, okay. 3-1. Well, have a good one. Thank you so much for your time, and I really, really appreciate it. Okay.
All right, thank you, Ashley.
All right, Mike. Thank you. Welcome back to PGI. Where you? I am joined with great coach, great friend, and I know a very, very happy man right now, Mr. Eddie Gage, head coach as well as co-owner of the Arizona Scorpions, coming off a bye week, fresh into a pretty dominating performance tonight against the Chicago Warriors team. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you? How about you, Ashley?
Hey man, I'm doing good, man. I mean, I did take a sack at the end, my neck hurt a little bit, and got that whiplash going on. But other than that, you know, it's all good, man. So, I know that this was not an easy win for you, specifically with having the schedule that you had, and other things that were going on with you. So, what do you think was some of the key points to your success this evening, especially considering the late start that you had even on running Sims?
Um, Pretty much the same thing I told you guys this morning before the game started. I thought the key for us, from what I did see on the sims I ran, that the win was gonna come from the defensive line for us and the offensive line. In the trenches. I felt we had to get it because the sims I ran, they were pretty much holding our running game in check, and so. But I didn't want to be one dimensional. I still wanted to run the ball, but I didn't want you being too pass heavy. So the key for us every week is try to stay as balanced as we can on offense. And I thought we did a good job of that today, particularly after those first couple of drives once we got settled. But our defensive line was eating all week. Um, Once I tweaked a couple things and made some changes, I think it was by Thursday evening or something like that, we was locked in defensively, I was pretty confident we would be able to get what we need to get done defensively to win the game. I just had to remain balanced on offense to make that happen. So proud of our guys.
So, absolutely, I totally agree with you, Coach. Great performance all around. Defense definitely came into play tonight, and it showed prevalent with David Tilley's performance. I mean, 2 sacks. Nathaniel Diggs had a sack. Hunter Norwood got in there. Alex Constantine, even Sean Moore caused a fumble. So, and with Everett Garrison's interception, it was just the right recipe with this defense that you created to be able to help with this victory, and they scored no points. So 31-0 victory. I don't know when the Scorpions. When was the last time someone actually? Well, we shut someone out like that. So that's an incredible performance. Even with the receiving core. Um, Yayo Montana coming up big, Donnie Hands coming up big. So, it was, like you said, a very balanced game and a very good game to watch. So, um, what do you think your goal will be next week?
Ooh, Mexico City. I think they put up what? I think it was 48 points today. So
48 points.
yeah.
They
So
only allowed 24.
it's gonna be a challenge for us next week. That's for sure. Be our toughest test to date this season, and they tried out a new playbook this week from what they used last week. So it's gonna be challenging, man. They ran the ball a lot today against Indianapolis. Kind of surprised me because I thought they would go to the air more so like Baltimore did last week versus Indianapolis, but they did not. They stuck to their own game plan and got an impressive victory, doubled the score of what Indianapolis scored. So yeah, I mean I don't know yet. I gotta get in the lab and figure out what's the best course of action to take. But it's gonna be indeed our toughest challenge yet so far this season.
But coming, week one, winning week one, then going into that bye week, winning, and then coming from off a bye week, going into a win, that has to feel good for you as a coach, right?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, you want to go into the bye week with a win. We all hate losing, but having to sit on the L going into a bye week is tough. So, both Mexico and us got a win and for our bye week, and so then come off that bye week with a win is always a positive as well. You don't want to wait a week and then come back and lose. So, we both coming into this matchup undefeated and made the best team win.
Indeed. Well, incredible effort tonight all around. An incredible win, coach. Can't wait to see what we do for the rest of the season.
For sure.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Arizona, I love y'all, man. Yo, good team win, y'all. Let's go get it. Hey, Hank True got his first touchdown of the season, too. That's what's up.
Hey, exactly. Making dreams happen for everybody. I love it. I love it. Thanks again, coach.
Appreciate you.
Anytime. Back to you in the booth.